very, very little use to me, but we do use it.
Okay.
And I don't want to pay the kind of dollars that you're charging me. What can you do? Well, we first when we started, all of a sudden we noticed it takes forever to get that thing going.
Yeah, tell me about it.
What they did is they took down the speed that was available to me. Well, that's a ripoff.
Right. So now it takes forever to do anything.
Well, we had to up it a little bit more, pay a little bit more. I think internet is ridiculous, especially for people like me that use very little of it,
right.
But you got to pay the high dollar to get a service.
Yeah.
So I'm saying that because I'm hoping they're listening to this and they hear it and ask some questions. What is your age? How much do you use and all that?
Yeah.
And we'll give you the same service at a lower payment.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm not in favor of internet handling it for money-making tool.
All right. Say no to the internet. I got it.
Okay.
All right. How about this, Dad? Jason writes, Dear Meathead, on Eric's show today, we've heard some interesting animal stories. Do you have any interactions with wild animals? Signed, Jason.
Well, this goes back 100 years ago in my life. Now, I'll tell the recent one. I used to put traps to catch squirrels because we used to have like 20, 25 squirrels on one tree.
I know.
Okay, so I caught quite a few of them, and then I set it up one night, and all of a sudden I went to get rid of them because we know how to get rid of them, not killing them. We don't kill them.
No.
And then I see these huge animals. They happen to be 3 skunks in my trap.
You got them one at a time.
But no,
well,
I caught them. I'm sorry. I caught them at one at a time.
Yeah, it
there was a skunk in there.
Yeah, I've actually
oh
seen
my
videos.
God, what do I do? I asked my neighbor and said, well, go get a blanket or something, put it over them, or the rest will spray you. So I did that and took them 250 miles out of the country and let them go.
Oh, my God. And then he took off.
Then the next day or day after, anyway, I ended up taking 3 of them spontaneously.
What if it was the same one? He just came back.
No, couldn't have, no way, because they had to travel quite a few miles to get down here.
Oh, my God.
And I had to do the same thing. I had to be careful doing that. Again, I hope the police department is in on the city.
I think there's some.
If the city had caught me doing that, I'd be paying an arm and a leg and
fine.
you're
in trouble for that. Yeah, you got to have them do it.
Sure, but I did almost take him out of the country.
All right, because we got a guy who's
nobody else to get involved with it.
We got a dude who's having an issue with a cat. So
skunks are not my favorite animals. Yep. In fact, we got still down in the street somewhere. People have got blocks. We have a type of a drainage, a road that's going, like a trough.
Sure.
All the way down the. People have blocked their entry, the water entry, with rocks, huge rocks, so skunks don't get in there. But they're in there.
Yeah. All right. Dean writes this.
I don't like them.
Dear Meathead, how do you plan to celebrate the 4th of July? Please embellish.
In reality, I plan on just being sitting at home.
Oh, yeah? You're not going to go shoot off any fireworks?
No. We have a situation. If the city had this, we would sit in our yard and watch it. It's right under our noses.
Right. Well,
but I don't know if that's going to happen or not.
Do you remember?
They discontinue that.
You remember back in the day, we used to shoot fireworks off. Didn't you throw an M80 at a bunch of kids on the beach one time?
I sure did. M80. It was an M100. Oh,
it was bad.
All over the place.
It was bad. I wasn't witness to it, but I heard the story many times.
Oh my God! And then what happened is a bunch of kids in them. They were not going to get damaged, but the fathers were in the. They didn't like what I did. Man, we almost had a.
Yeah, you and Mike were back to back trying to slug it out.
Yeah.
Those kids got PTSD.
Hey, we're lucky we just got out of that with our, with our butts in our hands.
All right, Tom writes this, Meathead, what was the craziest thing Eric did that you recall as a kid?
Well, the closest thing to my mind is, this is a ridiculous thing. Eric had a nice size savings of about $3,000.
This is not crazy. This is just dumb.
And he wasn't a kid. He was like about getting ready to go to college.
Well, I was a little younger than that.
Do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember it, but that's not crazy.
He spent $2,000 or something like that for the first day or two before he was leaving.
Yeah.
To buy all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, junk.
I was so ticked off at him, you wouldn't believe it. That was supposed to be part of his college tuition.
Oh my God! Well, yeah, I had to have a good time. It all worked out.
He managed to do everything right, so it was cool.
Yeah. All right, really good. Well, Dad, I'm all out of questions for you. That is it. Yeah, I got everything that I wanted to talk about with you. I wish you a happy 4th of July. And
thank you.
Continued health.
I wish you the same and your family.
Stay cool out there. It's really hot. I don't want you out working that stupid garden for a little while.
I'm going to be out there till about noon because I have a project to work outdoors, and after that, I'm going to quit it.
Okay. Very good. Well, again, I'm taking good care of your truck. Everybody sends their best, and I will talk to you very soon. Okay, Dad?
Yes, and thank you so much for this opportunity.
Dad, it's our
pleasure.
And
I'll talk to you some other time.
All right, I love you. Joanne, love you.
I love you too, honey.
Okay. All right. Thanks
Bye.
again. See you guys. Dear Meathead, there it is. Yet another round rip-roaring edition of Dear Meathead brought to you by JM Synthetics. Online at jmsynthetics.com. Everything you need for AMSOIL products, all the lubricants, they sell just about everything. And, my God, you can sign up for a preferred customer. You can get opens up all the savings for all of their products. You see, you can't even, if you're not a preferred customer, they don't even give you access to some of the big hitter stuff. You got to sign up for that. But they have just about everything you could possibly need when it comes to lubricants. JM Synthetics, online at jmsynthetics.com. Thank you for being a key sponsor of the show. Jason. Meanwhile, those guys are in Saranac, Michigan, and so is BK Guns and Stuff. Gunsmith of the Eric Zane Show podcast, 616-902-2447. Customization, refurbishing, cleaning, repairs. Oh, my gosh. They have just about everything under the sun when it comes to working with a gunsmith, or just buy a firearm there. BK Guns and Stuff. Great mom and pop business, 616-902-2447 for BK Guns and Stuff. And last but not least for this segment, the Mario Flores Lakeshore team of Van Dyke Mortgage. If you need a mortgage, you need Mario. 231-332-6505. As I always say, do your mortgage, make money out of that little that you talk on you. I'm refi. Maybe this is the 10th time you've had a mortgage. You will love him and his staff. Okay? The Mario Flores Lakeshore team of Van Dyke Mortgage. Call Mario at his desk as soon as you can. 231-332-6505. All right. Again, apologies for what happened. I had to cut out on the live stream. Diana came in. She goes, "You're frozen." I'm like, oh, God, I have no idea what's going on with this thing. Shoot. And then I restarted the stream. Thought maybe, I don't even know if that's working. So if it isn't, it's okay. You don't have to brief Diana on it because there ain't nothing I can do about it anyway right now. And we'll just have to try again tomorrow. Sorry, folks. Doing my best. Best I can. All right. Not going to let it get us down, though. You still have the audio podcast. You can listen on demand. This guy, man, holy crap. So this dude kind of pisses me off. It's a dude from Warren, Michigan, my old hometown, who has a job or had a job as an Amazon delivery person. You know, with the changes in that industry since COVID, a lot of people depend on Amazon for their stuff. And the Amazon driver they need help. They need a lot of drivers there. So they pay pretty well, because I saw that the average Amazon driver makes $16 an hour. And I thought to myself, that's not a bad job, especially if you're, if you needed to get one, or you were in a pinch, you needed to make ends meet. Having that job is so critical. So I don't understand this guy. What an asshole. His name is Derek Lancaster. And this all happened at just before 3 p.m. on Monday. He tweeted out that he was quitting his job as a delivery driver for Amazon, like right then, like while he's on his route with a van full of packages. He's just walking away from the van with the keys in it and tells the world about it. This is amazing. Driving for Amazon, he abandoned the van that he drove for the company at a gas station in a community called Lathrop Village with the keys in the ignition. Quote, "I quit Amazon. Fuck that driving shit. I left the van on 12 Mile and Southfield. Y'all can have that bitch. And it's full of gas with the keys in the ignition," he tweeted. Oh, my God. What an asshole. Gone viral, thousands of retweets and millions of interactions. He, on Tuesday, the 22-year-old, of course he's a 22-year-old, no respect. I sound like an old man here, but seriously, I want to kick this guy's ass. 22-year-old said after making deliveries for the giant online retailer, he quit because he had had enough. You had enough? You're working. You know how many people would kill for a job that pays $16 an hour? What a dick. By the way, if he worked the same hours that he says he's working, and at that wage, that's a $54,000 a year job. I did the math. I was making 200 to 300 stops a day, and I just couldn't do it anymore, he said. I was working from 9 in the morning till about 10 at night, and I couldn't do it anymore. Well, yeah, all right, fine. Well, then just change jobs. You can't just leave the fucking thing. What a dick. A representative for Amazon said the company is looking into the incident, did not confirm Lancaster's employment. He said that he'd been working for the company for 5 months, was based out of Amazon's Hazel Park delivery station. After starting with a position in the warehouse, he switched to delivery. His route included stops in Royal Oak, Southfield, and Troy. The money for the warehouse work was good, he added, but you work for every penny when you're delivering. Well, so what? So the problem is you're working? Way to reinforce that millennials are pieces of shit. Or is that even younger than a millennial? What is younger than millennial? What are they called again? Generation Z? I don't know. He explained warehouse workers have a set schedule and can go home when their shifts are over, but delivery drivers can't knock off for the day until all the packages have made it to their destinations. Well, work faster, scumbag. He said he left the van after 2 p.m. Monday and summoned a ride share to pick him up and take him home. I'm looking at a picture of the van. He said he isn't worried about Amazon's customers being upset. You're not. It's because you're a selfish asshole at not getting their orders or getting them late. What if somebody was getting something that's like really important to them in their life to like help them? Seriously. They're going to get them regardless, he said. And as far as he knows, he said the van was returned to Amazon. They have trackers on the truck, so it's not like someone could just take off with it. Man, this is so stupid. And the fact that he's like, his name is out there. Now everybody knows who this guy is. The next job that he has, I mean, nobody would hire this guy. I don't understand the idea of taking a job and treating it like that, something that should have value to you. You know, a paycheck. So I don't get the hatred towards Amazon. Maybe I'm missing something. Maybe I'm missing something about the company. It says there's been numerous complaints from Amazon workers across the world claiming that the company treats employees like robots. So what? There are also concerns over the company undercutting pricing, prompting merchants selling products on its marketplace to raise their prices on competing websites. Yeah, who gives a shit? We're talking about this guy's job. Man, this guy just leaves it. I don't understand that. In April, workers at the site participated in a walkout alleging the company did not protect it. They're talking about COVID. Lancaster tweeted about his frustration, he said, because he wants to vent. He vents on social media. I didn't think it would pop off the way it did, Lancaster said. I guess it touched a lot of people's hearts who think Amazon overworks people. Oh, ooh, you're getting overworked. They're paying you, asshole. You took the job. You knew what you were getting into. I don't get it. $16 an hour and you're pissed off because you're getting 13 hours a day. Big fucking deal, man. That's called a job. That's working. Man. Unbelievable. The Mars rover is getting set to launch. You're like, oh no, here we go again. Celestial excitement. This one, though, there is a window to launch. And if you don't launch by sometime in August, at the latest, you have to wait 2 years to launch again. Why? It's because, well, it takes, a long time to get to Mars. And when you launch, you want the planets to be as close as possible. And the way they orbit the sun, if you don't do it by a certain window, it's not going to work. It's going to take too long, or it's just not. They just won't be able to make the trip. So what they have to do is they have to launch by a certain window to get to Mars. See, some people are like, oh yeah, when we get to be able to travel by tourism, space tourism, we can just jump in a ship and take off to Mars. Now, it isn't quite like that, because if they're not lined up appropriately, it would take you years to get there, and you just can't have that. So the original launch final opportunity was August 5th. All right? But now they're pushing it out and saying they might extend it to a little bit longer and a bit beyond, but then that's it. In any case, NASA, if they don't get this rover out there, they would have to pack it up. And from what they're describing on this, if they pack it up and have to wait for 2 years, that would cost like billions of dollars, $500 million actually, while it doesn't launch, which I don't quite understand. But the thing is called the Perseverance rover, and there have been other rovers in the past that I've followed as they land on the surface of Mars. But this one in particular is great because it has the ability to get soil samples. It has a helicopter on it that the people in NASA will be able to control. So what they're going to do is the rover is going to scoop up samples from like dry lake beds and try to find any type of organic material and see what is the makeup of Mars. And then the robot will put it into a container and then put it onto a helicopter device, which will then take off into the air and be able to rendezvous with another craft. This is like really awesome shit. And then that craft will be able to hook up with it, and then they can take the shit back to the Earth and analyze it. This is insane. The Perseverance rover's launch is designed to get the spacecraft to Mars on February 18th, 2021. It will plunge on fire into the atmosphere and then rely on a huge parachute to continue slowing down before a rocket-powered descent to the floor of the Jezero crater, where an ancient river delta once deposited sediments. Loaded with state-of-the-art instruments, cameras, and even a small experimental helicopter, the six-wheeled rover will search for signs of past microbial life, collecting soil and rock samples sealed in small tubes and dropped onto the surface in groups. And then another rover will collect the samples and launch them into orbit. Oh, my God. Yeah, so it's a little bit different than the helicopter I said, but the helicopter is going to work. And then the samples will get to Earth, so this is so cool. The price tag on this thing is remarkable. It's hard to believe that we actually have the money. The $2.4 billion Perseverance Mars rover is expected to launch in early August. If they don't get it done, they have to wait 2 years before it to happen again. I can't wait. And for them to actually, the way nowadays you can actually watch it as it lands on Mars. Incredible. TC Paintball is another key sponsor of this show, and we have an event coming up on the 29th of July. That is a Wednesday. That is Paintball War 8, the COVID Uprising. I want you there. All right? That is going to be great. It's $35. You get the gun, the paint, you get the mask, and the field time. 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. for this event. Sign up. I've got an event scheduled on Facebook. You can just respond to that if you want, or send me an email if you're in, eric@ericzaneshow.com, and book a party at TC Paintball. My gosh, tcpaintballgr.com. Thank you to them for being on board with the show. And last but certainly not least, I've decided I'm taking the vehicle to Irvine's, the truck, before I get it registered, because I found out yesterday that I can't get the vehicle registered till September, because the only way you can get a vehicle registered is by an appointment at the Secretary of State. So it's a huge pain in the ass. I'm like, fuck it. I'll get you the car, and you can tell me what's wrong with it. And I think there's a lot wrong with it. I didn't want to tell that to my dad, but Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid, an institution in West Michigan. They're along 44th Street on a side street called Stafford, which is just east of 131. All right? You can check them out online at irvines.com or call them at 616-202-5538. Okay, I saw this on Reddit, and I was kind of liking this list, and it was interesting to me because it was described as, it's a BuzzFeed article about non-Americans are sharing the things they actually like about America. Too often we turn around and America gets all sorts of shade cast upon it. But this is a thread of non-Americans and their positive things about America. All right? I'm not usually into the rah-rah things, but this is actually interesting to me. This person wrote, how accommodating many places are to disabled people. That's what I like, especially for people in wheelchairs. There are often ramps and large disabled parking spaces, not to mention that there is an entire amusement park for people in wheelchairs in San Antonio. No idea. Number 2, you guys invest a lot in entertainment. The shows in my country suck. I often wonder about other countries, what they watch. They watch our shows. Big living spaces. I live in Hong Kong. Our average flat sizes are around 300 to 500 square feet. If you are in a flat that's over 1,000 square feet, that's considered super luxurious. My God. Cheaper housing for huge houses, and that depends on where you go in the U.S., obviously. People there are, talking about the U.S., people there are really nice and talkative. Here you don't ask where tourists are from or begin a conversation just randomly while in a grocery store. I was a bit confused by you guys saying, how are you? As a greeting, though. I knew you did this, but still it caught me off guard. I never really thought about that. They make a lot of great music. I'm sort of a metalhead. Yeah! And my country doesn't have any rock bands. That full list, I'm going to link it up, at ericzaneshow.com. And I'll include it in the show notes of the podcast. All right, I'm not going to lie. It was a struggle today. I apologize for all the technical issues and whatnot, and I'll try to do better next time. My goodness, but that is going to do it. We'll have the Patreon for you. Hopefully we'll get things settled down by then. Till next time, folks, I appreciate you. I'll talk to you down the road. Bye-bye.